noticed sometimes that you've been adding, the whole fifth finger and some of the stuff that you've been drawing for other projects and whatnot. So I was wondering if you're ever considered, adding the fifth finger for Game and Tycho.
No, I mean, Game and Tycho definitely, in the Penny Arcade universe, you need 4 fingers. Okay. The only reason I add the 5th finger when I do like Assassin's Creed or something like that is because I'm not sure that I don't want to just cut a finger off Altair. Like, it's important that
listen, you understand, Altair's already a finger down.
Yeah, he needs all those fingers. Yeah, so I do that out of respect for their work.
Okay, understand. Thanks.
Really hearing right up here. Okay, so before I got to my question, I just wanted to express my gratitude for you guys and just everything you do, because it's really shaped the person I am. Before Penny Arcade, I was that guy sitting in the bedroom, not doing anything, no social life, no anything, and now through Penny Arcade, I have D&D, which I've gotten a lot of friends. Penny Arcade,
He's trying to communicate. Cut short.
Apparently so, yes.
Oh, also, you should go, if you haven't seen Shoot Mini Robots, in Shoot Mini Robots, you can actually get a hat as loot that is a little fruit hooker that crawls around in front of every hole on your head.
That's not a joke.
It's really a piece of loot.
Okay, anyway. So through Penny Arcade, I've got a lot of friends. It's given me a chance to get out of my state, meet hundreds of new people. All the way from Colorado. This is my second PAX. I went last year, and it was just incredible. Decided that I would come back every single year that I could. And I just wanted to thank you guys, because without that, Penny Arcade's got me through some really tough times, and without it, I probably wouldn't be the person I am today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
My question. So, I was listening to some of the old podcasts the other day, and I was listening to the one, you guys were discussing how when you lived together, Jerry would turn on the warm water in all the sinks, so that Mike would never be able to take a warm shower. And I was wondering...
It was a campaign of psychic aggression.
And I was wondering, what is the very worst thing both of you have done to each other?
Yeah, that is the worst thing I've done to him, and you have to understand I did that for months.
I'm trying to think of the worst thing I've done to you. Do you think it would be the letter at that hotel?
It might be. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, did you watch PATV?
Yes.
The episode about pranks? Does everybody know that story? Some people don't. We went and did a speech at MIT, and there was a very pretty girl there who was making eyes at this guy right here. And he chatted her up afterwards. They had a good time. We talked. I could tell, that there was a connection. We went back to the hotel that night.
There was no connection.
Robert and I wrote a letter. Actually, we went down to the front desk and had the girl there write a letter in her girl handwriting saying, "It's the redhead from the MIT speech. Please meet me in the lobby." And then she sprayed her perfume on it. And we slipped that under his door. That was pretty mean.
I knew her name, and that's why I was safe. She would have written her name on the letter.
You do a lot of mean things to you, though.
You can't manipulate the manipulator. Least of all with a manipulatrix. You done? With your bullshit? Not you. No, you don't. It's not your bullshit. It's his bullshit. You're cool. How can we help?
Okay, so long-time fan and stuff, and I actually have a request. So, I love Just Dance. I love it. And I was curious if you And my friend would do Just Dance 3 today in the extra hall. She said please.
Just Dance 3. I've never once played it.
Well, then we should play so that I can actually win a game.
Okay, after this, I need to get something from Brenna. Brenna is giving me a gold medallion that she made for tonight's D&D game. I will go immediately to the Just Dance booth, and I will do this thing for you.
Oh my god!
Okay.
Okay, and I got another request that might not be possible.
Okay.
So I've touched both of you at different times.
The same?
Yeah, well, no. I've given you much of my job, and I touched them after a megathon last year.
Did you know about it?
Yeah, I asked him, hey, can I touch you? And he said, where? And I'm like, anywhere? And yeah, I don't know. So, is it possible for me to touch Will Wheaton?
Everybody thinks it. Absolutely.
Yeah, next year will be on the schedule. No people touching. That's going to be a long line.
That would be helpful.
Comprised of men and women.
And that's it, so I will see you.
Yep, I'll be over at Just Dance. All right.
So last year was our first PAX, and we had never really realized that there was a universe where we could come and be gamers and be around gamers. And it was just so cool to have that experience with you guys. And we went to the cannon fodder panel and thought it was absolutely hilarious. And we saw it on the panel schedule for this year. And then we get here and it's not there. And I was like, oh, what happened? So I was just curious as to what happened with that. Or do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
Sometimes panels just drop out.
Yeah, I mean, the same way that you can make whatever panel you want after you've made it, we don't make you keep doing it every year.
Make sure they know.
Okay. Well, I mean, it was on the schedule for this year on your website.
Oh, it was on the schedule.
Yeah,
and it didn't happen.
Right. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
we get here,
yeah.
and it's not on the schedule.
No,
anymore.
I mean we had Indie Game the movie was supposed to come and play, and then they got to do a festival and they had to completely drop out. Sometimes the schedule is sort of a living document, unfortunately. But it isn't an official campaign or anything like that.
Okay. Also, the other thing that we really liked last year was the beanbag chairs. They were by Custer's Rest for the, like Nintendo did it, and there were those huge beanbag chairs that were in that big long corner. And like that was the perfect nap place for the middle of the day in order to make it through concerts.
Don't they have a bunch of pink beanbags down there for Kirby?
Are
I
there?
think so, yeah.
Okay, so I apparently
Find one of those pink
no
beanbags.
direction.
Just crash out.
And one more thing, because my fiance is here. Hi, Wade. I just want to say that I love you a bunch, and that video games are what made us a couple, and coming to PAX really solidified that for us. That we got here, and it was amazing, and it was a realization that we totally belong together. So,
She's a keeper, man.
yay! Thank you guys so much.
Okay, so I have a request and 2 questions. The request is, I think Derpy Codes would look awesome if you put Hot Dog Fairy on his head.
Get back to work. I think is the operative phrase.
Okay, one question is for Tycho, and I've seen a lot of like Lovecraftian influence in your stuff, and I want to know what's your favorite Lovecraft story.
The Strange Case of Charles Dexter Ward is the best. I think Strange Case of Charles Dexter Ward is more or less like the template for all modern surreal horror. I mean, if you look at it, beginning to end, the arc is there, the hero learns the dark forces, and, I mean everything, everybody is pulling from that story.
Okay, and my other question is, my friends actually texted me while I was in line.
Nice.
The picture that Mike drew of Buff Gabe package, can we get that on a shirt?
Mustache, like, is it important to retain all of the hair?
Apparently, yes.
We have a bad history with shirts and dicks. Go back and down into that well.
How about just like the thong with the star?
That's fine.
Is that a star?
That's a start.
The falling star. I don't know.
Thank you.
I guess rising star.
So, this is my first time.
This star's great.
And here I've had my first opportunity to play Pathfinder, and I've been playing. I've made a grudging transition to 4th edition from 3.5. And now I've seen Pathfinder. And, yeah, so defend 4th edition. I mean, what you guys are playing that right now, right? What's up with that, seriously? It's like, it's D&D for like little baby chillins and people who like World of Warcraft, it seems.
Yeah.
It seems like it's really...
It is. You understand how viral that capability is. So in Warcraft, you basically have a row of buttons.
Right.
And when you click on those buttons, they go dark.
Right.
That's essentially mimicking the action of tapping or flipping a card.
Right.
Right? His game group, his whole game group, is made up of non-gamers. Every one of these motherfuckers came from WoW. And now they're on the table. Don't fucking scare them away.
Okay. Great intro system is what you're saying. It's a great...
Oh my god, because they see the card, they think of the ability, they flip it over when they use it.
Okay.
It's based on squares and grids and really, really straightforward. I know it's straightforward. I mean, I know that's true. My favorite system is Deadlands, where you do initiative like poker.
It's like calculus, really, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, comparatively, like, I like that weird stuff. I'm the systems guy. But we pulled them all in.
Right.
And now they're playing tabletop war games. Now they're playing fucking Catan. They're playing Forbidden Island. We got them now.
Cool.
We've got them, and we can take them wherever we want.
Okay, I had a second. I was listening about some of the art things we were talking about earlier. I grew up reading Calvin and Hobbes,
Yeah.
which I always thought were amazing.
I read that with my son now. Yeah, it's amazing. It's got a hold of it.
And I know there's some guys who started a Kickstarter project a little while ago to talk to like artists and webcomic artists and everybody being influenced by Calvin and Hobbes and kind of bring it all together. Did anybody come to you and talk to you about that? Were you influenced by Calvin and Hobbes? Or what?
I haven't seen that yet.
I wouldn't. It wasn't one of my big influences as a kid. I didn't really read a lot of comics. When I was growing up, I read comic books.
Okay.
So my influences were, artists, comic book artists in the early '90s, mostly, not necessarily cartoonists.
Okay.
I never expected to be a cartoonist. This wasn't my plan. I wanted to draw Batman.
Well, yeah, you were going to sell insurance.
Well, yeah, I was going to be a computer salesman originally. But
Yeah.
this worked out.
Okay, cool. Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, come down from Juneau, Alaska. We've tried to make it every year. I think my girlfriend's been
Victory.
2 years missed total. Up in Alaska, not a lot to do in the winter, so
You can freeze to death.
funny story about that. Something about ambient night out. So yeah, League of Legends, big game where I live. Just addictive as hell.
It's marvelous.
Girlfriend hates that announcer bitch. Now like has been slain.
Yeah, you see, in Han, you can buy new announcers. I'm not saying they're always the best.
Yeah, no, I'm a sucker for microtransactions.
Yeah.
On that final slide, sorry to make you more work or request that you do more.
What?
More nuanced approach. The slide there's not much room for detail, but if you could have in the background the nuanced approach being Garen spinning the winning with Rootfucker latched to his face.
My clock here says that I have 20. Actually, we've gone over now, 29 seconds.
Yeah, actually, this clock is beginning to count up. So let's finish out the questions, right?
Yeah, I will definitely be doing more law art in the future.
Okay.
You can count on it.
And one more thing, Lisa, I love you. You're the best miner I have ever Dated. M-I-N-E-R.